Today here on Fox, we got two teams that are on opposite ends of the spectrum. We got one team, the Vikings, who are currently leading the NFC North in terms of the wild card race. The Packers holding down the 6th seed as of right now. And the Texans are currently in the cellar. They need to win out and have a lot of things start falling their way in order for them to have some form of semblance at playoff glory with Brock Osweiler. They were strong have been strong lately. However, the Texans just need everything to basically fall their way. We'll find out from U.S. Bank Stadium when the Houston Texans come into town to face the Minnesota Vikings this afternoon. And also over in Indy, the Giants and Colts have kicked off. Giants are currently holding down first in the NFC. They can clinch the East with a victory today. Actually, they've only clinched the East in Week 5 because the Cowboys have been winless. The Vikings and Packers, if they tie, the winner of the North Division would go to the Vikings because they would go to that matchup in Week 6.
Texans,
as we go out to U.S. Bank Stadium in a chilly mid-November day from U.S. Bank Stadium as we take a look inside the dome. You see the Viking cheerleaders doing their thing. Quarterback Teddy Bridgewater has really been... The Vikings have definitely reeled quite a bit from painful blowouts where they scored collectively 10 points in 2 weeks. Vikings are looking to rebound today, to say the least. Texans have won the toss and have elected to receive today. Number 12, the Texans back deep. They're in their road whites. They're going against the south goalpost. And we're underway from Houston with Mumphrey taking it from the 3 as Patterson brings him down at the 30-yard line this afternoon. As out comes Brock Osweiler, the heir apparent to Peyton Manning when he retired, now forced into a pseudo-starter role for the Texans. He's had a lot of improvement, to say the least. Improvement needs to happen to that kid. Osweiler with the draw up to Lamar Miller with 1 yard on the play. Nice little handoff there that went virtually nowhere. So,
on 2nd and 9.
Osweiler drops to the gun, left side, tries to land the spin move, bounces off some tackles, and gets 3 on the game.
Starters here. Wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins, a talented wide receiver.
As we look at the Texans offense, started from DeAndre Hopkins, who a couple weeks ago actually carried his team to the first win of the year over the division rival Colts in overtime. Remember that throw as the screenplay goes way backwards. As Blue hit the reception on the screen pass, but Alexander was all over him.
Maybe let it go and go to the next down. They were able to get the pass completion, but could not pick up the first, and they will punt.
So the Vikings offense will be on the field very shortly. And he drops it. Trellis picks it up to the 40, goes to the 50. Almost a big mistake on the kickoff. As out comes Teddy Bridgewater.
Teddy Bridgewater. To me, the best part of Teddy Bridgewater's game is his decision making. Very
Here,
smart.
as we start from the 50. Teddy Bridgewater's lining up three receivers. Peterson to his right. Bridgewater going deep on first down. Incomplete. As we look at the Vikings offense, as we're going to be looking at Adrian Peterson this afternoon, who has a lot of speed, but he's also not afraid to run people over if you're in his way. Second down and 10 from the 50. Bridgewater, 3 steps, rolling around, fires, wide open is Pruitt, but it's incomplete.
When it comes to J.J. Watt, we're about out of superlatives, aren't we? So let's just make this simple. One of the best to ever play the game. Third down and 10. Let's go.
Bridgewater, big step, going deep, and it's for Diggs with a catch at the 19. Stephon Diggs is another one that you have to look out for.
The pass, the catch, absolutely beautiful, great completion.
Beautiful pass there by Bridgewater as he's in at the 19. As that one goes nowhere. Gain about 1 on the play. So, second down and 9.
Second down and 9.
At the 18, Bridgewater to Peterson, and that went nowhere that time.
As this game continues, the offensive line has to do a better job of creating space for the running back.
So, third down and 8.
Tough spot for the offense. Third and 8. Shotgun snap.
Bridgewater, 5 steps from the shotgun. Going for Diggs, who has a free stride to the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings. So, that was a Texans defense. Other than J.J. Watt, they haven't really been doing much of anything there. That was just a wide open stride into the end zone.
And the PAT goes through the uprights.
So, it is Stephon Diggs with a 24-yard touchdown reception. 2 catches for 48 yards this afternoon. As Blair Walsh is getting set for kickoff. He has been semi-decent as a place kicker this year. Blair Walsh kicks it off for Humphrey again. And he gets down at the 22.
And on first down.
First and 10, Osweiler, Miller again. And the ball is out, and it's picked up by Joseph, who takes it back for the Vikings. Ugly start for the Texans.
It can be a simple game when you execute properly. All you want to do is take care of the football.
Yeah, he comes in, just kills him.
Don't turn it over.
So that was the quickest defensive play I've seen so far in this game. So that is the first turnover for the Texans as they are at the 16. Bridgewater, Peterson, and he's hit right there. So, second down and 10.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10.
Drops back Peterson with a big run for a gain of 8 on the play.
Yes, this is where the expression
solid run there. Goes right through the middle and
set you up well for third down.
so
Third down.
3rd and 2. Bridgewater, 5-step drop. Looking for Treadwell, who gets another touchdown.
Brandon, did you forget to tell me we were back from commercial break? That was a quick drive.
So,
A touchdown.
another quick touchdown after a fumble. As they try the PAT, as the Texans have gone nowhere in this game. They are 14 points down. A lot of stock and concern on the Vikings. They've had some close games. Remember back in October, about a month ago, against the Broncos?
And the kicker set were just about ready.
They kept it close, but the Broncos ran away with it at the end.
And the return here gets them right around the 24-yard line.
But there's other times where they get just blown out. And they've kept games close, but they've either kept games close or they've either been destroyed.
And an extra tight end on the field now. Hand off to Lamar Miller.
As Lamar Miller gets a gain of 4 on the play.
Brandon, it appears that this offense is just trying to get into a groove by establishing their running game. Small gains as they try to accumulate the yardage that they hope will pay off throughout the game.
As the quarter has ended and the Vikings have really put a beat down on the Texans first quarter. And they're up 14-0. So there you go.
You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. I'm Brandon Gaughan alongside
Welcome back to US Bank Stadium in the second quarter this afternoon. As the Bengals-Broncos game over on CBS has gotten underway. If there's any updates from the wire there, we will let you know as soon as possible. Second down and 6.
6 yards to go here on second down.
As Osweiler, another handoff, gets tripped and falls down for a loss of 1. Usually Lamar Miller has been able to make some half-decent runs in this game. However, he's just been getting tripped up super easily.
7 yards remain now on 3rd down.
3rd down and 7. Osweiler going for Blue, who gets stomped again. Hard to believe that a quarterback has had negative yards so far. Brock Osweiler has passed for negative 4 yards. Every pass he's done, granted the Lamar Miller game is not much better, every pass Brock Osweiler has thrown has moved him backwards.
And the return man getting set.
As the Texans get forced to a 3 and out. Lettler, longtime punter for the Raiders. Sending it deep. Shrells take it from the 32.
And he has 10 yards.
First and 10 from the 43. Peterson to his right, up the middle, and gets about 6 on the play.
One of the underappreciated aspects of great quarterbacks is their ability to sell fakes. And on draw plays, when they can sell the pass really hard to the defense and then hand it off,
down and 4.
that's when that play's successful.
So far, the offensive breakdown today is sponsored by ON Televisions. The Vikings have ran for 5 and passed for 5 plays. So, 3rd down and 4 on the play. And Bridgewater has Peterson to his left. Bridgewater snap and threw that one incomplete as Kyle Rudolph is the intended receiver on the play.
Excellent coverage downfield. Most times the receiver wins. In this case, the defensive back did.
As the Vikings have a 3 and out. Mumphrey gets stopped at the 26.
The special teams coach of the covering team. They got downfield in a hurry and smothered the punt returner.
So, first and 10. Texans trying to look for something. As Osweiler, Lamar Miller gets about 3 on the play. And 2nd down and 7.
Decent chunk of yardage still left here. 2nd and 7.
Osweiler, play fake. Wide open is Fuller at the 50s. He gets right down to 47. For a gain of about 17 on the play.
And completing the play action pass.
Definitely a decent play right there. At least he finally got out of negative yard territory for Brock Osweiler and the Texans. We've hit the 2-minute warning.
2-minute warning here in half number 1.
Here in Minnesota today. Two minutes left here in the first half. Here in Minnesota. Osweiler. Empty set for him, the Texans. Osweiler by himself. Going through his progression. Wide open is Fierowitz, but he dropped it. Incomplete.
Receivers work all the time on making sure they catch the ball, haul it into their bodies before they turn and run. A little bit of loss of focus on that play. So 2nd and 10 here.
2nd and 10.
The snap from the gun.
Osweiler in the pocket, going deep for Fuller for the touchdown. That's a wide open bomb.
Already they're in the end zone, and you're getting ready to talk about the PAT. That was fast.
Yes, it was.
So 6 and 1, she'll try to make it 7.
They're going to try to make this a one-score game, which was pretty easy.
The PAT is up, and the PAT is good.
As now the score is 14-7 Vikings. Will Fuller with a 36-yard touchdown bomb. 3 receptions for 75 yards today.
Everyone getting lined up, and it looks like we are just about set to run.
As the Texans kick it off, Patterson takes it from the 4, going to the 29 on the run back. Let's see if the Vikings can respond.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. It's a screen, and he's able to haul it in. In on the stop, it's Cushing.
So, 1st down and 10 for the Vikings is Cushing. Brought him down. So, good play there for the Vikings.
And on 1st down, the tight end changing his position.
As Kyle Rudolph goes in motion. Bridgewater. Thrown deep for Stephon Diggs, it looked like, as he overthrew that one big time.
But it falls incomplete. And it sure looked promising, just out of reach.
As 2nd down and 10, there's still 42.
2nd and 10.
Minute and 10 left on the clock in the half.
Snap comes back out of the
Takes the
shotgun
snap.
formation.
3-step. Rudolph.
It is complete.
And
Taking
in
out
7.
just shy of the 1st down marker. Brandon, that's a good job by the defense. They gave up a completion, but they got the stop short of the 1st down marker.
So, 3rd down and 3 from the
And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gunn
Vikings
alongside
49.
Charles Davis. So the offense takes the timeout, and now we're set to get going.
update from the wire in Cincinnati between the Broncos and the Bengals. The Broncos have just scored their first touchdown in the game with a 18-yard C.J. Anderson rush to put them up 7-0. Even though the wind has definitely been an issue so far this afternoon.
Third and 3. Little motion now from the tight end. And he's going to holler out some instructions.
Bridgewater, play fake, play action. He's going to get sacked. as it was Jadeveon Clowney. He gets the sack, and they call the timeout. They're gonna have to punt it here, I believe.
The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. And right here, the quarterback just had to give up on the play action fake earlier. The defense doesn't bite. He didn't do it, and he ended up getting sacked.
Yep. Should have just stayed in the pocket as lock. It's going to punt. Mumphrey. It's hammered at the 32.
Looks of that first down marker. Not quite sure what the punt returner saw there, but whatever he envisioned, it didn't turn out very well. Probably should have just fair caught that one.
1st and 10 as
And on first down,
Osweiler lines up with Miller to his left. Looking wide open is Lamar Miller, who gets a gain of 6.
Offense is going to halt this game for a moment. They take a timeout. People like to see sacks and big hits in the open field, but sometimes the bend and don't break philosophy works awfully well for a defense. They still have to find a way to score points. And as long as you're not giving those
43 seconds on the clock.
And welcome back, the offensive unit. They took the timeout, and now they get set to line up.
Fox from Minnesota. Yes. Second and 4.
So the offense ready for a 2nd and 4. From the shotgun.
Osweiler. Shotgun. Wide open is Fuller, who gets brought down for 40. And they're going back to the line. 32 seconds. As the tight end goes in motion. Osweiler going for Shorts, who gets the first. And they're going back to the line. Could they tie it up before half? Osweiler looking for no one that time. Incomplete.
Quarterback threw it into man coverage, Charles. The results not good. Nice coverage downfield. Looked like the receiver broke open quickly, but the defender ate up the gap.
So, 2nd and 10, 11 seconds. Do they try for 3 and give the Vikings minimal time, or do they go, yep, they're going for it. 2nd down and 10.
2nd and 10. Shotgun
Osweiler, empty set, drops, looks, throws it, incomplete.
Incomplete pass. I'll tell you what, though. Good man coverage, which isn't easy these days. These wide receivers in the NFL so talented. Right? I remember the days when the defensive backs were considered the best athletes on the field. I'm not so sure that's the case now. These wide receivers, they can do it all. Go over the top, go past you, and have muscle too. Takes a snap out of the gun.
It's 3rd and 10. Osweiler uncorks to the tight end, who ties it up. Touchdown, Texans.
It's never fun for a defense to run on the field knowing that they're having to defend a short field. Just the idea of trying to limit an offense in that position, daunting for a defense.
So, Vierowitz with the catch with 1 second left. Place kick is up, and the kick is good. So, 1 second left here in the half. And going to kick it deep. And Schrellis will take it and get stopped at the 29. We've officially hit halftime this afternoon from Minnesota in the U.S. Bank Stadium.
Runners down, 2 remaining.
And let's look at some highlights presented by Nationwide.
Getting set for half number 2. Let's take a quick look at the numbers for the first half.
And we'll step away for commentary for a quarter. Enjoy the game, guys.
And everyone is lined up for the kickoff. Halftime over, time for quarter number 3, and play resumes. There's a flag on the play, and a good chunk of yardage is gained on the play. And a nickel back on the field for the knee. Handoff to Peterson. Coverage there in a hurry, and down he goes immediately. The defense did a good job continuing to run there and holding them to a short gain. So it's 2nd and 8. The snap from the gun. And that is the 2nd time in this game he's been brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Offense working with a 3rd and 13 still left. And it's complete. And another 3rd down conversion for this offense. Brandon, he really fired that one in there. Excellent arm strength. And if I'm the receiver, I'm shaking my hands after that one. Watch out for the run here, the full house formation for the offense. And this stop comes after 36. As a defender, your key on the draw play is the offensive line. Figuring out how they're setting up and trying to read it to prevent the play from happening. Second down at 5. Here's a run with AP. And the tackle by Jadavian Clowney. Third and 4. Shotgun snap. Tries the right side. And he's able to haul it in. That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver. And now a punting situation after they completed the pass, but a little shy of the line to gain. Punt return now by Mumphrey. And picks up some nice yardage. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Shotgun formation. And he checks it down. And it is complete. Steps out of bounds. It's really hard for young quarterbacks to fathom, but taking what the defense gives you is a great way to play in this game. Second down and 8. Catches the snap out of the gun. Incomplete. Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They tried their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down. 3rd down and 8 now. They'll operate from the gun. Goes right side. And the pass does not hit its target. It falls incomplete. Unable to convert through the air, so now they will punt it away. This is Sherrills. And a 44-yard line that time. Getting set on 1st down. Hand off to Peterson. Taken to the ground, but not before a good pickup for the offense. They may use the running game like boxers do. Body blow after body blow after body blow. You may not get what you want early, but those add up, and by the 4th quarter, you can break a big one. Second down, the offense needing 5 yards. And it's Wilfork on the stop. Good run there. That will get the offense a 1st down. Terrific vision. Saw the cut, dove for the hole, and got the 1st down.
While we're here, we do have some updates to remind you for next week's schedule. The Saints and Steelers game has been moved to Monday Night Football from the Superdome. And the game is definitely going to be pretty fun. And the Bills and the Broncos, which originally was going to be in that Monday Night Football slot, has been moved to 5:15 Eastern on Fox from Ralph Wilson Stadium. There's some updates for the week.
Second down and
we'll
7.
take you back to your regularly scheduled.
Here's a run with AP. And the tackle by Jadeveon Clowney. When you stack up 1st downs, you feel like you're in control of the game. In a sense, the offense is now opposing its will against the defense. .75% of the way home in regulation.
3 quarters down,
1 to go, and we'll get to that last
and they are
one
deadlocked
after this break. You're watching the NFL
here in
on
U.S.
EA
Bank
Sports.
Stadium. The Vikings trying to make a playoff run. The Texans pretty much down and out. They need a victory and a prayer to try to maybe keep their hopes alive and maybe hope the Bengals just tank the rest of their games. The Bengals, keep in mind, they sit at 3-7 as of right now. As we're back here at US Bank Stadium. Final quarter, they're at the 28. Minnesota is at the Houston 28. They need a big stop.
So a nickel formation here.
They're in a nickel formation for Houston. Peterson, who gets stopped immediately. Loss of 2 on the play. So, second down and 12 here.
And the offense moving in the wrong direction here.
They're at the 30. As he pumps for Stephon Diggs, who falls incomplete.
Brandon, I came out of my chair on that one. A lovely looking deep ball thrown. They were just unable to connect.
So, third down and 12
to go on third down.
as the receiver going in motion looks like Treadwell as Bridgewater drops. Peterson underneath. Does he get there? Stretch, break the plane? No, he's short.
Pick up the first down on third down. Brandon, as we know, the only score that counts is the one up on the board. Which team is winning? But between
so far, they're on.
Backs, receivers in any division,
they are at a deadlock right now in Minnesota.
How many times did you break a tackle, and how many times did they tackle you cleanly?
Between the Texans and the Vikings, they are at a deadlock. This could come down to the last play. As Minnesota claims they got the first, Mike Zimmer has thrown a flag. Let's see the call.
Challenge a spot. That makes me a little bit nervous for that coach. Those are very difficult to get overturned. Well, the biggest reason, correct me if I'm wrong, is just technology. A lot of times you just don't have the angle. Yeah, I think all the coaches, when they want to challenge that type of a play, they want the magnets or the sensors in the ball to show exactly where it is. But right now, it's all about us humans. And the challenge pays dividends. The ref overturns the play.
Oh, they got the first.
On this one, Brandon. The coach upstairs signaled down and said challenge it, and the head coach recalled the red flag.
That definitely worked for Minnesota's favor. The underneath pass from Bridgewater as the time continues to tick. Peterson to Bridgewater's right. Peterson up the gut, first down, and he's down at the 4.
And a nice run there to pick up the first down. Good understanding by the runner of knowing where the first down line was and getting
there. As we continue to wait, there's just under 3 minutes now.
It's first and goal now.
And the Vikings take the lead. Good boy. That 4-yard punch up the middle has just given Minnesota the lead of the day. The lead late.
after try forthcoming. And he splits the uprights for the PAT.
Oh, yeah. The Vikings have their lead 7 now. .3:30 left in the game. Can Houston respond?
In the kickoff team, they all appear set.
Kickoff team set. Walsh kicks it deep for Mumphrey. We will take it out from the 28 as there's a flag on the play. As there's a big pile, and people are going after Fiedorowicz. As that is clipping. Believe it or not, after how ugly this game started, it could turn into one of the game of the ages here. As it looks like the Vikings have all the receivers covered one side on Flood, wide open, Fuller with the catch.
And he's tackled just before the first down marker. That was not a completion that results in a highlight video. But at the same time, if you have those kind of completions all game long, eventually one of them might turn into a highlight.
So, second and 3. 2:57. Fiedorowicz in motion. Osweiler in the gun, wide open. Fiedorowicz loses one on the catch.
And after seeing that play develop, the quarterback probably wishes his receiver probably just would have dropped it. Yeah, Brandon, you're right. One of the few times that a quarterback wouldn't mind having his completion percentage hurt.
Third down and 4.
And of course, the quarterback in this situation, he's realizing time.
Osweiler dropping in the gun, looking. Hopkins with the first.
And he's knocked down by Greenway.
You get stopped there. And it's hard to believe that this was DeAndre Hopkins' first reception of the game.
You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds
I find it hard to believe anyway.
that's where they throw the football.
So, .206 left on the clock. Can they get one play in before the 2-minute warning?
Around 2 minutes to go, and if the D can hold them, that'll win this one. You always think about the offense attacking. In this case, I'm looking for the defense to do the same.
Oh, you believe it. The defense is going to really crank up that wick and just get in Osweiler's head. I mean, he hasn't really had much starter experience, save for those years with the Broncos and a little bit with Cleveland as well. And then coming back to Denver is Osweiler. Drops. Wide open is Fiedorowicz. It's the 40. As he gets knocked down, they're going to huddle up back to the line. There's the 41. Osweiler looks. Goes through his progression. Wide open is Hopkins for his second reception of the game.
Glamorous route that a receiver can run, but how crisply did he run the out route in order to make that play successful?
Hard to believe right there that it was his first reception all game. They're going to review the booth. They're going to go to the booth here. Do they think was he in the line? Here we go. Hopkins. Oh, no. He tried toe tapping it. Kind of pulling a Randy Moss. Oh, no. Wait. Oh, he caught it? Never mind. That was the shortest call I've ever seen.
And on first down.
Osweiler. Empty gun wide open is Fidelowitz. And that one is incomplete. They're going to huddle back to the line. Fifth reception for 52 total yards. Osweiler uncorking for, it looked like Hopkins, but that one was almost an interception, thankfully. Otherwise, that would have probably killed the drive. Coming up later today will be America's Game of the Week between the Los Angeles Rams and Dallas Cowboys at 5:30 Eastern. We will take you out to Dallas. Tonight on NBC, we have the New England Patriots and New Orleans Saints. And on Monday Night Football, we have the Green Bay Packers take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at Raymond James. Osweiler pumps for, looked like Fuller that time. That one was incomplete.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football, complete the interception. But what do they say?
Yeah, he fired it for
really good hands, he'd be playing
number 15. Fourth and 4. This could be the last play of the game for Houston. As he gets it, but he falls out of the sidelines. Oh boy. Get your popcorn because this could get good. This is going to get good. Look at that. Number 15. Did he get it? Oh no. Season on the line for Houston as Minnesota gets the ball back. And it looks like they're probably just going to run the clock out. As Peterson looking for room. Up the middle. Wide open space. Who can get to him? And he's in for the score. And there's a flag. That one's coming back. And they accept that one. Go figure. First and 14 from the 34.
Getting set on first down.
Bridgewater going to Peterson again. And J.J. Watt calls the timeout.
So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. That's a fine job.
Second and 12.
Limiting the offense and putting them in a tougher situation.
And a minute and some change left this afternoon. As we look at some more updates, over on CBS, the late game, the Seahawks and Steelers are playing in blizzard conditions right now. Peterson up the gun, And he gets the first down. Cushing gets to him. And
all right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. This is old school football. Run it, keep possession.
56 seconds left. They're trying to keep the clock moving. There's no way the Texans are getting the ball back after coming up short. And 56 seconds left on the clock. They are in. So they're going to kill some clock, kneel it down. The Texans are going to take their last timeout. And heartbreak in Houston. I believe their season's pretty much done at this point. So, with a few more kneel downs. You see Cushing talking to the defense and the big man, Vince Wilfork. 54 seconds left on the clock. And Bridgewater kneels it down. And they're going to let the clock run pretty deep here. "24 seconds left." And that will be it from Minnesota, as the Vikings have walked away with a narrow win thanks to a late game AP touchdown. Final score today from Minnesota: the Minnesota Vikings 21, Houston Texans 14. Big win for the Vikings in the playoffs in terms of the NFC. The Texans, on the other hand, their season's done. Safe to say that their season's done. They're currently 2-8 right now, and as of right now, they're going to probably end up 2-9. So, coming up next on Fox, we will take you out to the LA studio to recap all the early games and possibly action from Seahawks Steelers if anything develops there. And also, we will take you out to the AT&T Stadium for the Cowboys and Rams. Final score today from Minnesota: Vikings 21, Texans 14. So long from US Bank Stadium.